back to my channel. As you may notice, I'm wearing my chef jacket and apron. It's just a little change. I was tired of finding the right shirt for a video, so I guess I'll be wearing this from now on. So today, growing up, I used to watch this movie. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a movie that came out in 1996. It's called Matilda. It's about this little girl that has powers, and yeah. There's a scene in this movie where there's a big bully. She's she's the bully of the school, but she's also like a teacher. And basically she tries to humiliate this kid by forcing him to eat a chocolate cake in front of class. You might be thinking that, oh, that's not humiliating. Well, if I show you, then you'll see why it's humiliating.
Area. Her sweat and blood went into this cake, and you will not leave this platform until you have consumed the entire confection.
Entire confection. See you at lunch.
Thank you, Cookie.
Rotten kids.
You wanted cake, you got cake. Now eat it.
But ever since I seen that scene, I always wanted to make that chocolate cake. It looks so good. And today we're gonna do that. Now this recipe doesn't call for anything special, like nothing crazy. You're not using unicorn tears. The only thing that you might need to order or find are these. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people have 9-inch cake pans, but they're not classic, whereas they go straight down instead of having like a bevel. Because I had to order these. And yeah, the recipe will be in the description for you guys to check out. Now, let's get started. So, as we get started, we start with 2 cups of flour, which is already in our bowl. Now we're going to add 2 cups of sugar. Also, for those that don't know, when you're making a cake, you mix all the dry ingredients first and all the wet ingredients first, and then you finally combine them. So that is also what we're doing. So then we're going to add 3/4 cups of cocoa powder. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. One teaspoon of baking powder. 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And we'll mix that up right now. Okay, so we're done with the dry ingredients. Let's set this aside and let's get ready for the wet ingredients. So for our wet ingredients, we have in a bowl already half a cup of vegetable oil, and then we're going to add 1 cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, a substitute is 1 cup of whole milk added with 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. Seal that kerneling. Going to add 2 eggs. Sorry about that. One teaspoon of vanilla. And for all of our coffee lovers, we're going to add 1 cup of coffee. I'm using a Keurig, so I'll brew this Bustelo coffee. Okay, so we have our cup of coffee, but we don't want to add it in just yet. What we're going to do is basically temper the mix so that we slowly put in the coffee. Since it's still hot, you don't want to cook the eggs in there because then that'll be bad. So let's get everything combined in here that we have so far. Now we're going to add the coffee very slowly. So you'll notice that everything is smooth. You don't see any chunks of egg from it being cooked. That's when you know that you've done it right. Now, since we have all of our wet ingredients and all of our dry ingredients mixed, it's time to mix them together. Cake batter is done. Now let's get to the glaze or the icing. But yeah, we're also making that from scratch. We're going to remove this from the heat and then stir in the vanilla. We're gonna pop this into the fridge to let it cool and thicken. And then while we're doing that, we'll also pop our cake into the oven. So we're gonna pop this into the oven at 350 for between 35 to 45 minutes. And yeah, show you when it comes out. Wow, look at that. That is perfect. We'll put it on a cooling rack, and then yeah, it's time to ice it.